Going on this freshman reefer here. Probably with the last update on my tank, which I will be getting a new one. As far as this tank, a bad tank, but it kind of just failed me from the start. Well, it was my fault because look back to my first video on this tank, I had like that little thing to like make the rock sit up off the bottom. And what happened was I didn't think about how I'm gonna clean under that, and then it's like a little space in the back too, which that could have easily been, but it just didn't turn out the way from the beginning, the way I pre-planned it before I got the tank. So that way, after that didn't work out, I tried the little rack, but then I got the anatomy that was just all over the tank. This anatomy, this tank has just been crazy, but I will say this tank has had some crazy things happen. Like these mini brittle stars popped up out of nowhere. These mini brittle stars. And at first I'm thinking, like, okay, I didn't know anything about these until I watched the video. First I'm thinking it's like one, but it's more than one. It's a bunch of them in there. I just fed a minute ago. That's probably why they out like that. See, it's another one right here, right in front of that rock. And then I got some Actasia. That's a big one right here. So I just didn't really do too much about the Actasia. And then also, I don't know what these little starfish called, but they small little starfish. They just popped up out of nowhere too. And I'm just like, wow. So once I do my new tank, I'm not keeping this rock. I'm gonna try to get some of those mini brittle stars out. Maybe like a trap or something with some food in it. And try to catch some. So I can put in my new tank. I know they beneficial to the tank. Some of the core I might keep. This one has definitely been doing good. And I don't know what this is. Out of everything. Then I brought a little cleanup crew. Eventually, I brought a cleanup crew. Just keep the tank a little bit cleaner. But yeah, this tank is so much that actually goes into this tank that I didn't really think about, and I'll redo over but I'm moving on because I wanted a tall tank, but it just didn't turn out tall the way I wanted it to be. And I just recently I realized how much I like just a flat, short, long tank. So I'm getting this like a lagoon style tank, and I got the idea for that already. And it's a smaller tank. This is a 5. It's going to be a 3. So that means no fish. I don't think I'll probably have in there is my cleaner strip. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everything else is going to be sold. Because all the money, when I do my tanks, the money that I sell the tanks, I put towards my next tank. So I don't know about the light yet. I don't know about the pump yet. I'm going to see. Because the tank posted Ben came on the 23rd. So that's why I didn't really do an update. But now they telling me it's not going to be here all the way to Monday. They did refund my shipping. And that's, what's that, saltwateraquarium.com. So that's, they was helpfully in and gave me my shipping back because I did for two-day shipping, because I wanted my tank. And I didn't trust SPUS because I had another package that came that said fragile, and I witnessed the girl just throw the package on the ground, but that was my cleaner crew, and there wasn't nothing important, but still. So, my main focus with the next tank is gonna be filtration. That's the biggest focus. I'm gonna focus on trying to get the max out of the small filtration I'm gonna have with this tank. This filtration is so bad, and there's so much space back there, but you can't use it. Because once this thing goes down, I got it up a little bit, but once I push it down, all the way down, you're going to see that water start to rise. And it rides at a decent amount, so I know I'm getting a decent amount of push. But I did replace the power head in this. I did replace that. I mean, the stock pump that came with it, I replaced that. So as you see, the water rise. So once that go down, the water do rise. So I always keep it up. In which this filtration is bad because it only goes through this part, and after that, nothing. It just depends on this little part. But when there's so much space due to the length of this tank, it's so much space back there, but you can't even use it. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody just take this part off, but since I'm probably going to be selling this tank, I'm not going to take it off and really mess it up like that. But I seen somebody actually take that part off. I was considering that. But since I'm going to sell the tank, I won't. So yeah, it's just so much with this tank that you have to really know what you're doing and understand this tank. And which I didn't from the jump because I had a plan but didn't work out. So, you know, this is like the end of it. You know, it was fun to enjoy it. You know, I learned a lot from it. You know what I'm saying, as far as dealing with nano tanks. So that's a good thing. So it wasn't all a bad experience, you know, even with all the ups and downs. At least since I'm just getting back in the hobby, because I actually sold everything and got out the hobby and just left it alone. But since now I got some little new equipment and stuff, so yeah, pretty much this is gonna be the last video, most likely on this tank. So I'm just showing this last video, and I didn't really get into what all can be modified. Like, it's a chamber back here, but like I said, it's just a tall tank. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get to use the benefit of that forward chamber back there. So it's basically from, the water got cloudy because I was messing with that thing, but from right there to this pump, from that pump on up, that's all the filtration you get.